Justice League issue 9, written by Brian Hitch and art by Neil Edwards. So Connor, you did read this, didn't you? It's not just me this time.
No, I read it.
Oh, good.
You're all right.
Now, did you? My assessment of the last issue was that it was probably the most fun issue of the series yet because it was a lot simpler.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not sure I'd definitely say it was the best, but it was.
I mean,
stronger than average.
Yeah, writing was still clunky, but at least Watchtower falling through the sky to San Francisco and opening up a boom tube to like get it to go back into space, like fun. At least on a big scale thing, it was fun.
Yeah, it had the benefit of, like you say, being simple. Hitch couldn't overcomplicate it for himself.
Yeah. So this issue, of course, continues this plotline, and we find out that the person who's probably behind this is the husband of the one woman who died in the first arc, which, again, very, very lucky that only one person had died in that entire, earth-shattering incident.
I mean, imagine how many times they'd have to go through this if there was, 1,000 people.
I know, yeah. Because I think I forgot to mention that last time because I was just focused on the action, but yeah, the last issue did open with the funeral of this one woman who died in the first arc.
Yeah.
On the entire planet.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know if you recall, Matt, but there was entire bodies of celestial beings being formed out of people, and only one person died.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So yeah, Batman's trying to figure out what this virus is, and he traces it back to him, and that's just kind of his gist of it. There's a little bit more of a Catty Alfred cracking jokes about Bruce wanting coffee after he's been through a traumatic experience and whatnot. A lot of the action, though, is over in San Francisco, as the cliffhanger we left off last time was that Bazzy's Green Lantern ring gets infected, and all of his constructs start to basically have a life of their own and start fighting the Justice League. And that's a lot of the issue, to be fair.
Yeah, it's fine, that fight. It's fun. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm still kind of bored of seeing them fight each other. But it wasn't bad because at least he wasn't actively in control. There was no mind control. There was no hypnosis. There was nothing of him actively trying to harm anyone. It was just the ring.
And again, it was kind of fun because we had that moment where it throws out a boxing glove to Simon's face to knock him out. And that was really funny. And the other stuff, my favourite section of the issue probably was the conversation where Wonder Woman and Flash wait a minute, should we kill Simon? It's no, I wasn't being serious, Flash. No, but it gives me an idea. We should kill Simon. And the whole idea is that the ring will do a hard reset because the ring is designed at its core to protect its wearer. So if they go at him with lethal force, it'll shut down and hopefully, like they say, hard reset, which is what happens and it works. But it's just a really funny conversation where Wonder Woman kind of jokingly suggests that they should just kill Simon. And Flash is like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's try that.
Yeah, Flash kind of runs with it, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, very good. Very good. Runs with it.
Yeah. That said, I think the last panel might be my favourite.
Go on. Why?
It just gave me a chuckle. The whole Justice League standing there and Batman going, "Is your dad in?"
Yeah, because Batman's on his own for most of the issue, like he was last issue, and then they meet up because they solve the crisis in the city. He finds where this guy is, so they show up at the door, and we see it's the guy's son who answers the door, and he's like, "Hi, is your dad in?" Yeah. So I think this arc so far is at least proven to be fun. There is still some clunky elements, and it's nothing special, but it's the action's simple, the plot's simple, and it is making for some of those fun moments where they're threatening to kill Baz and other
It's
things.
definitely better.
Yeah, it's definitely better. There's definitely.
I
some
do
more
miss
fun.
Tony Daniel on art though.
Yeah, I agree. I miss him in art too, but again, double shipping. So
Yeah, I understand it, but it's damn, this isn't as good in that sense.
I think with art, when it comes to missing artists, we can't really complain that we miss an artist now, as much as we can complain that they've not paired up a second artist with them that's to a similar level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least with Green Arrow, I'm like, oh, when it's not Schmidt, it's Faraya, and they're both really,
There's Burn as well. Yeah.
So-
there's stuff to enjoy in both.
I was gonna say, you guys don't like baseball, but that's
We've been
like
watching-
a thing.
We've been watching pitch though, so we understand it
Yeah,
a bit
okay,
better.
so you understand
learning.
a bullpen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Green Arrow has a really good bullpen because they're all consistent.
There you go.
So Percy can pull deep from any of those guys, and it's gonna match. So it sounds like here it's a little bit of a weaker, they're front loaded.
To be fair, we thought it was going to be like that with Batman, but then Finch ended up doing probably his best work ever on that first arc.
The thing is, this one on Justice League now, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It just it feels like a noticeable step down from what we just had.
From Daniel.
Yeah.
Although I still remember Daniel's weird, wide-eyed 4-year-old John in one of those early issues. So
that's true.
That was so weird.
So it's better. It's more fun. It's definitely. I mean, it's still, like the bottom of the pile, on one of these weeks for me. But after last week and then after this week, I'm not going to be dreading the next issue quite. Because a couple of weeks ago when the first issue of this arc started, and after that last couple where I wasn't really into it, like it was at the bottom of the pile, and it was like, I suppose I'll read Justice League, 20 minutes before we record, so it's read, Whereas everything else, it was like, I can't wait to read all these, and then I got to Justice League, like, I suppose I'll. Whereas at least now I'm kind of like, at least it's this. I'm not, I'm
the same. It's still at the bottom of the pile for the week, but that bottom is a lot closer than it used to be.
Yeah. The gap between second last place and last place is not as gargantuan as it once was. That was quick, but not a whole lot to say on it. Just kind of fun action, some good banter, funny issue. So
It's Justice League in a nutshell, isn't it?